This is the main function prototype. We will talk about the functions at the very last week, 14th week. But basically, you know the functions in mathematics, right? Everybody knows the functions in mathematics. This is what you know, for example, f, x, y, x plus y. Everybody knows, right? So here is the function. I will explain these functions later, but you need to understand this is the name of the function. This is the return data type, and this is the parameter list. And altogether, we call this function prototype or function header. Okay. So in the function header, we have the return data type, we have the name of the function, and we have the parameter list. Altogether, it is called prototype or header. 2 minutes ago, I said that dot hash is the header file. So in the header file, we have lots of function heads. Lots of function heads. Okay. Do you understand Ahmet Abdelbagi? Abdelbagi?
Yeah, yes, teacher.
Okay. Sorry for the pronunciation. Okay. So I will continue. There are some reserved words. Basically, these reserved words or keywords are for uh, computer, so you cannot use these in the coding as a variable name, as a function name. Okay, and you have to use only how they define. We will learn all these in details. Okay, in details in 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, don't worry. You don't have to memorize right now, but you have to learn in time. Okay, in time you are gonna learn. Now these are the variables. So what we do with variables, we store the values temporarily. Okay, we store the values temporarily, and as in mathematics, we use it for calculations. I will give examples and the very important things here. Now, please, most of the time you are going to use hundreds of variables, so it is very important you understand. Now, if we are talking about a variable, okay, any variable will have some name, okay, and for that names, you cannot use, remember, any name like that. These are reserved weights, names or keywords, so you cannot use these because these are reserved for the compiler. All right. So we are gonna give the names. I will provide how to name a variable later. Each variable will have some data type. Data type. Okay. So what is a data type? A data type in mathematics you might know integer, could be integer. Integer means whole number without any decimal point. Everybody knows decimal point 3.5. So this is decimal point. In Turkish we can use sometimes comma, but in computer engineering or in programming language we don't use comma for the float numbers. This is called decimal point. Everybody knows that. This is decimal point. Everybody knows that. Anybody have a problem? Decimal. So in integer, we don't have any decimal. In mathematics, 3.0 in mathematics is an integer, but in computer it is not an integer because it is a decimal point. Is that clear? Very important. Do you understand the difference with mathematics? Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Only one people? What about the others? We have 26 people here.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so it is really important. In mathematics, I am repeating 3.0. Okay, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0 is an integer in mathematics. But in computer programming, it is not. Why? Because we have a decimal point. Please, please pay attention that it is really, really, really important. So what is an integer? Integer in computer programming, any number without decimal point. Without decimal point. Then we have the float or double float or double whatever. They are the same actually for us. These are the numbers with decimal point. So tell me 3.0 for the computer. What is the data type of 3.0? Is the integer? Here is the data type. Another data type is char or character. So character basically one symbol. A is a character or the exclamation mark here is another character. And it goes like that. Okay, I will explain more about data type. But the point here is that a variable should have the name and data type and more. A variable should have, of course, a value, right? Of course, this value must be in compliance with the data type. If it is integer, it should be 3. If it is a float, it should be 3.000. Okay. And another thing, a variable should have an address. So what is that address? Everybody knows in computer we have the main memory, right? You talk about 16 gigabyte RAM, right? This RAM is a kind of memory used in main memory. So in main memory, you can think of the like that simply. There are lots of lines. In each line, we have a value stored, and each line we have the address. Okay. So giving the address, you can access the some value. So all the variables stored in the main memory. In the main memory, there are the address of each line. So you can access the variable in the main memory by using its address. Looks like a box, post box. Okay. Any questions? No, I will explain is the in the name. We cannot use Turkish, Arabics, whatever letters. We should use only the in the name. We need to use the only the letters from English alphabet.